Welcome and well done for making it to lesson 11. Today we're going to consider the dominant white gene. We will also use it to address a very common mistake among hobby animal breeders to help concrete your understanding of dominance and introduce a new concept too. Dominant white was one of the first genes to be characterized when William Bateson was investigating whether Mendel's principles of heredity applied to chickens. He assigned the gene the symbol I because it's an inhibitor of black eumelanin pigment. Aside from the wild-type allele, which allows normal pigmentation, there are 3 other alleles at the dominant white locus. Both dominant white and dun inhibit the expression of black eumelanin. Smoky arose in a white leghorn bird, and it partially restores pigment formation. From scientific publications, I can see that Smoky is a dark slate grey bird, but I don't think it's very common among hobby breeders. Although dominant white inhibits eumelanin, it may have much less of an effect on pheomelanin. It is common to see birds like these where the black pigment has been inhibited, but the red pigment has just been a little diluted. The commercial red hens with white tails, which around here are called warrens, also carry the dominant white allele. And when they are crossed with other breeds, there are often red and white birds among the offspring. Despite its name, dominant white is only incompletely dominant. Heterozygous birds that also have a wild-type allele may have black spots and pheomelanin pigment. In the right genetic environment, heterozygous birds can make what are called paint birds, which are especially popular in some breeds such as silky. I'm not a paint breeder myself, but I think the idea is to breed birds that have distinct black spots with as little red pigment as possible. Dominant white chicks are usually of a pale colour, but depending on their genetic background, they might also have dark spots of either red or black. Although dominant white can dilute skin colour, it doesn't affect the colour of eggs, and some dominant white birds do lay brown eggs. Now you know something about the dominant white allele, it's a good time to introduce the concept of epistasis, especially as it's very frequently confused with dominant, which applies only to the alleles of a single gene. So, the dominant white allele is dominant over the wild-type allele, but it is not dominant to any allele of any other gene. At the other end of the scale to dominant alleles are recessive alleles, and in this case the wild-type allele is recessive to the dominant white allele. Epistasis is a gene interaction where an allele or alleles at one gene mask the phenotypic expression of alleles at another gene or genes. For example, the dominant white allele masks alleles at many other plumage genes. This includes the dominant wild-type allele for colour at the recessive white gene. I can be said to be epistatic to C, but it is not dominant over C. It's easy to see why people mix up epistasis and dominance, but if from today you can remember the difference, you can feel that you have made some progress. The gene that masks another's expression is said to be epistatic, while the gene or genes whose expression is masked is said to be hyperstatic. Dominant white is a good example of dominant epistasis, where the dominant allele hides the effect of alleles at other hyperstatic genes. Recessive epistasis is where the homozygous recessive genotype at one gene is epistatic, hiding the effect of alleles at other hyperstatic genes. And we'll see this in an example in the next video on recessive white. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have found it useful, please like, comment below and share it with your friends or on social media. Subscribe so that you're notified of chicken genetics videos as they come out. I hope to see you very soon.